As a Scotland fan, I have mixed feelings about the Scottish 23. Yeah, of course I'm a Scotland fan. I'm an Englishman. So I'm rooting for Scotland to do the business in the Stade de France on Saturday night and help England win a Six Nations Championship, as long as England can beat Wales. That is, this is not a gimme. But assuming they can, yeah, I'm 100% a Scotland fan. And just bottom line, as a rugby fan first, I cannot wait for Scotland and France to go head to head in Paris. The two best backlines in the competition, dynamite players all over the park. Finn Russell against Roman Ntamak, Duhan van der Merwe opposite Damien Penaud, wee Darcy Graham and Louis BLBRA. That's going to be a dynamite matchup as well. Wheels, the pair of them. Blair Kinghorn against Thomas Ramos, the two Stade Toulousain fullbacks going head to head. Hugh Jones, Gael Fickou. How can Tom Jordan match up against Mo Afana? The whole back line is awesome. I cannot wait for that. And equally, as a Scotland fan, for the next couple of days anyway, I also cannot help but have a little bit of a sinking feeling when I look at the French bench and then I look at the Scottish forwards on the Scottish bench. Is that, and I don't want to be unkind to these guys because it's just the depth that Scotland are not blessed with. Is that the weakest set of forwards on a bench for Scotland that you can remember? Because I wonder if it might be. I mean, Ewan Ashman's not in good form. Hurd, Marshall Sykes, Ben Muncaster. I mean, these are all really, really good pros. But it's only when you match them up against Emmanuel Meafou, Cyril Bay, Anthony Gelonch, suddenly you start to feel the way this game is going to go. Am I wrong on that? Let me know, please. Get stuck in the comments. Give the video a thumbs up and hit subscribe while you're there. Scotland have got a chance, and I think they match up. I do think they match up really well against France. Jack Dempsey is a blow, but Matt Fagerson has had an amazing year or two. So, I mean, he's a more than able deputy, but it's what it does over the 80 minutes with the fact that you don't have Matt Fagerson, someone of that quality off the bench. That just changes things a little bit. Gregor Brown starts is the other change to the starting 15. He's in at lock, switching places with Johnny Gray. Johnny Gray hasn't filled the breach in the way that I kind of expected and hoped he would. And the depth of Scotland in the second row position is not great. Scott Cummings and also Max Williamson are big losses for them. Grant Gilchrist having to get through a lot of work all on his own. Gregor Brown starts this week. Johnny Gray on the bench, and also Marshall Sykes comes in. They are missing a couple of locks, which makes a big difference to the whole feel of the team. It's a 6-2 split on the bench. Scotland are obviously trying to combat the physicality of France and the 7 forwards that they've got on their bench. So Jamie Dobie comes back in because he can cover the wing. George Horn misses out, and Stafford McDowell is in. Kyle Rowe, the other player that misses out. I just think Scotland are going to have to get this tactically perfect, and I think France are going to have to. We're just going to have some brain fades like they had against England for this to go Scotland's way. Although, like I say, they do match up, and when you look at the back line, I think Scotland are going to need to keep the ball in play so that these big French forwards run out of gas. But then again, they've got a whole nother pack on the bench waiting to come on. So this is the way it changes things. They're not so bothered about that. France are going to use the maul to tire Scotland out. Their maul look really good. They've just got different ways that they can win France. And Scotland just need to make the game as loose as possible. And that plays into their hands a little bit. Although France are quite good at that as well. So I'm hoping that it's going to be an absolutely dynamite match. I'm going to do a combined 23-man squad. If you had all of these 23 Scots and you match them up against the 23 Frenchmen that will be going, and the headlines, I've done a video on the French team already, but the pack, exactly the same. Gael Fickou and Maxime Lucu into the starting lineup. That's due to injuries, and Nolan Le Garrec onto the bench. Other than that, it's exactly as you were. Le Bomb squad is going to do its thing. And if I had to pick a combined 23-man squad, it looks like that. I go for Xander Fagerson over Weenie Antonio, although Antonio did look good. It's just Xander Fagerson. I'm giving him some credit because he can play a whole match. And for a prop to be able to play as much rugby as Xander Fagerson does is remarkable. And he's really, really good. In the back line, it was close between Roman Ntamak and and Finn Russell, both amazing. It was close between Maxime Lucu and Ben White. I think Ben White's had a great tournament. It was, I mean, Tom Jordan's really good, but Joran Moefana's been ace. I've gone for Hugh Jones over Gael Fickou, two great players. And I just went for Blair Kinghorn over Tomo Ramos, although they're both amazing. The whole backline stacked. I wouldn't read too much into this because all the Scottish players are very, very good. But I think it's there and here where it's going to tell. Scotland, I don't think, are going to be able to live with the different ways that France can hurt them. And I see France winning and winning only their second championship under Fabien Galtier. Let me know what you think with your comments down below. I'll see you on the next video.